Here you can learn about me, how I have handled and am handling being diagnosed with a brain tumour, and my discoveries about cancer specifically and health in general. My name is Peter Beaton, and I believe that if you are not willing to teach yourself and learn about your own body and your own health, then no one can really help you. But if you are willing to teach yourself and learn about your body and your own health, then no one can stop you. In March 2016, my father Ken was diagnosed with an advanced brain tumour, a grade 4 glioblastoma multiforme. He was told that there was no treatment possible, no surgery, no radiation therapy, no chemotherapy. We had a second opinion from one of the UK's top brain cancer specialists in London, and although the consultant was very nice, he confirmed that there were indeed no treatment options, and my dad should try and make the best of every day that he had left. We did indeed do this, and Dad passed away about 4 months later. During and after this period, it struck me as odd, indeed unbelievable, that some 50 years after President Nixon had declared war on cancer and the trillions of dollars and pounds and euros spent on research and the literally hundreds of thousands of clinical trials conducted around the world to investigate cancer and its treatment, that the best available medical advice from my dad was make the best of every day you had left. Now, I know my biology and pathology. I am a fully qualified independent prescribing optometrist, and I have been diagnosing and treating fairly complex ocular conditions for 20 years. So I decided to take a deep dive into cancer specifically and health in general. I have learned from 30 or 40 books on the subject. I have listened to hundreds of podcasts of interviews with experts in the field, read dozens, if not hundreds, of published scientific articles on cancer, and watched more YouTube videos by doctors, researchers, patients, etc. that I can count. Basically, I have given myself a university-level education in cancer, metabolism, and health, where the only cost has been my time. There is a whole lot of misinformation out there, and a whole lot of just bullshit. But there are also a lot of people who are reliable and insightful, and there are loads of properly conducted and published scientific studies if you know where to look. I have found the answers I was looking for. It turns out that, by and large, modern medicine and healthcare is fantastic at surgical interventions, and it is pretty good at dealing with microbial infections and transmissible diseases. But mainstream healthcare is almost laughably poor at dealing with chronic, non-infectious diseases. Have you ever heard of someone getting their diabetes or their arthritis cured? And in my opinion, modern healthcare literally doesn't know what it is dealing with as regards what cancer is in the first place. I know that sounds incredibly arrogant, but I will post videos of my evidence for this on this channel in the future. But just think, brain cancer survival rates are hardly changed in 100 years. Everyone thinks cancers are being cured. Everyone knows someone who had cancer and was treated and is now okay. Well, surgical techniques are fantastic and improving, which is great. But literally, the number of people who die of cancer annually is getting higher and higher every single year. It's all there in the published NHS statistics for the UK if you care to look. Anyone watching this knows that there are rising epidemics of diabetes, obesity, heart disease, gut diseases, blood pressure, arthritis, dementia, mental health problems, cancer, all sorts of things. And it turns out that A, they're all linked, and B, they're all able to be addressed in more or less similar ways. So, with all this research and knowledge swirling around in my mind, it then turns out that on July the 12th, 2021, I was diagnosed with a grade 4 glioma, a brain tumour, and one of the nasty ones at that. My one hope was that it was operable, and indeed it was. On the 3rd of August 2021, two wonderful neurosurgeons, Dr. Alakandi and Dr. Moe, removed the tumour from my brain at the NHS's Queen Elizabeth University Hospital in Glasgow. To them and the rest of the surgical team, and to all the ward nurses and all the rest of the staff, I am eternally grateful. Also, although I am not a conventionally religious person, my wife Anne has a very strong faith. Her prayers and the prayers of all the family and friends that she asked for were and are a strong source of help and comfort to me. However, removing this kind of tumour is far from the end of the story. No matter how much of the tumour the neurosurgeons remove, there is always something left. It only takes one cancerous metastatic cell to start the tumour formation process anew. These tumours are relentless. Most people die within 2.5 years of their successful brain operation. The 5-year successful survival rate is 10%. And these are figures for people who receive full standard of care: surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy. Like I said earlier, these survival rates for brain tumours are pretty much the same as 100 years ago. And a significant portion of the remaining survival time can be pretty miserable, because radiotherapy on the brain has pretty terrible side effects, and chemotherapy can have all sorts of side effects on the whole body. So, I have declined any radiotherapy and chemotherapy. I am going to survive this by applying my new learnings that I have gained since my dad died from his brain tumour. I intend not only to beat the normal survival 2.5 years to 5 year statistics, but I intend to remain strong and healthy throughout, and then tackle the next 5 years. So, I've created this YouTube channel as a permanent record of my journey that I can update in real time. I'll be posting new shortish videos on a regular basis to explain all my learnings, to share exactly what it is I'm doing for myself, and to offer thoughts on various other related health topics. I invite anyone who's interested to dip in from time to time, if only to see I'm still alive. Maybe I'll crash and burn. I don't think that I will, but the proof of the pudding will be in the eating. I will survive this or die trying. If you or a loved one has cancer, then I know exactly how you feel. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I am simply sharing knowledge that I believe can help you know and understand that there are lots of practical things that you can do for yourself or your loved one to help get over this thing, over and above what the mainstream medical system can offer. If you want to do one further thing to help you understand and cope with cancer, please buy and read a brilliant, groundbreaking and eye-opening book on the subject by a chap called Travis Christofferson. The book's called Tripping Over the Truth.